Yes, my name is Thurman Jackson, Brookfield Productions. We're out here trying to make it happen here in Santa Rosa. We're going to have a lovely comedy every Thursday at 8:30. And come on down. Bring your uncle, that funny cousin you have. Bring him on down here. And he get a copy of his DVD. $40, $20 he can leave, come back to follow on Thursday and pick it up. We also have $10 to get in. $10 you get 2 beers, a shot of alcohol, or either a glass of wine. You can't beat that with a baseball bat. But anyway, I'm gonna let you know something about me. I'm an actor, comedian. I really don't get down like that because I like being behind the camera. But anyway, I'm gonna let you know something about me. I came up in Oakland. I moved to Santa Rosa. I love it here in Santa Rosa. But to understand me, you have to understand how I came up. I came up, for instance, one day I'm going down the street with my friend, walking down the street, and we see a guy at Radio Shack, and he's stacking up all these radios, and he said, "My boss is not here, you can't drop it off here." And me and my friend, we heard that. So there's one guy taking the boxes, taking them back in the back, and we looked at him, he said, "Man, just take one of them." I said, "No," because I know how my parents were, they didn't allow that. I said, "Come on, let's take it." We took it home. He took it home. As we got to the house, put it in a bag. After we got to the house, he said, "Well, hey, man, let me keep it first, and you take it tomorrow." I said, "Oh, man, come on, let's flip a coin." He won. He took it home. And when he took it home, his parents busted him in the room with headphones on listening to it. So they came to my house and came to my dad. My dad said, "You've been stealing, huh?" I said, "Oh, man, I ain't been stealing nothing." He said, "No, don't tell me that, because the parents of your friend Wayne came over and told us you guys stole the radio." I said, "Wow, he just filmed on me?" And so I said, "Yeah, Dad, we did that, whatever." And he whooped my ass. Well, he whooped me real bad. And I couldn't understand that because he never whooped me like that. And so I asked him the next day, I said, "Dad, why did you beat me like that?" He said, "Get out of here, boy, I don't want to talk to you anymore." And so I waited till the next day. I said, "Dad, why you beat me like that?" He said, "Because you went out and stole the damn radio knowing goddamn well we need the colored fucking TV." Brookfield Productions, we out.
First comic we're going to have tonight, very funny man, one of my good friends. He runs a room in Katati out of Redwood Cafe. Mike Olson? You ready to do this? Yeah. Give it up for Mike Olson. All right, got some sound.
That was the best opening ever. Hey, how you doing? Hello, Brasa. How are you guys doing? It's like blinding. Holy shit. I'm a white guy. I'm not used to having like bright lights flashed at me like, it's not me. I gotta brag, actually. The holidays are coming up. I'm a very giving person. I like to give nice, meaningful, special gifts. I gotta brag. I got a very special gift for a very special someone. Have you seen the star registry? You know what I'm talking about? Like you can name a star after another human being. You like go online, you give them money, and they put it in a book, and it's there forever. Could not do this. So now I know, thousands of years in the future, when man is exploring the galaxy, the star commander will turn to his navigator and say, "Navigator, what is the name of that distant star?" The navigator will turn back and say, "The name of that star is Amy Tanner, is a cheating fucking whore." It was so special. I got her the plaque and everything. It was really good. I got to back away from that joke. I don't want that to catch on. It's going to be an entire whore nebula, and I don't want to be responsible for that. I'll get behind planet whore, though. If they want to make a planet whore, if only to just move the space race along, because I think we're not really doing much as far as like getting out into the galaxy. But if there was a planet whore, we would get there. We would find a way to get to planet whore. I should have known, though, man. She put up more red flags than a Mayday parade. Holy shit. It's like, it's a bad sign when she's like, her vagina's got 40 reviews on Yelp. I mean, like, they were good reviews though. Like nothing below 3 stars. Everybody had nice things to say, roomy, send all my friends there. It was good. I don't know. It's hard not to get bitter. Here's why I'm bitter, though. Okay, show of hands. How many women here have recently slept with a stupid man? If you're with him, you don't have to give him. You don't have to raise your hand. It's okay. Just give me like a subtle gesture. Just like. The reason I ask this is because I know a lot of stupid men. They have no problem getting laid. Women are just like throwing themselves at these stupid women, and I'm like, or these stupid men, and I'm like, Are you trying to fuck them smart? Is that how you think this is working? Through like some sort of vaginal flowers for Algernon, all of a sudden, like Corky's just gonna get it. Like, I don't know. I'm bitter. Here's like I do like the online dating thing. I'm old timey. I know I'm old timey because I go on like online dating, like Match and stuff like that. Like now I'm like, in my day, our online dating profiles had words in them. We didn't have your Tindering where you just point and you're like, oh, I'd like to fuck you. Like, no, we had words in our profiles and we liked it. But I went out on an online date with a girl, and she didn't want to go out with me because she was like, you're a comic, you're gonna put me in your act. And that's not cool. And I'm like, I would never do that. That's like horrible and shitty and tacky. I would never do that. And then I went out on the date, and I'm like, I'm gonna totally put you in my act. Like, there's no way that's not gonna happen. Let me explain. Like, we met out at like a cafe. Like, because the first thing you do on an online date is you have to do the "Don't Murder Me" date, where you go out to a nice public place and hope they don't murder you because you don't know anything about this person. So you go out on your "Don't Murder Me" date. And we're talking. She's kind of a hippie chick. She's like yakking away about Burning Man. Like, oh yeah, Burning Man. It's a life-changing experience of culture and expression. Which, okay, do you guys know what Burning Man is? Because it's basically where hippies go to get dirtier. That's basically what it is. And so we're chatting. Not exactly knocking it out of the park. Conversation was. If you were ugly, I would have gone to the bathroom and not come back. But anyway, we're chatting, and then her friend shows up. It's this old, crusty-looking guy with like white hair and yellow teeth. He looks like Captain Sig from Deadliest Catch. And he comes down, and he starts chatting with her, just like, hey, Burning Man, yay, life-changing experience, culture and expression. And then he keeps chatting, and then he sits down at our table. Let me brace it. Because, like, the thing that I didn't understand is that, like, that thing where you actually run into, like, somebody that's clearly out on a date, and you're like, oh, hey, you're on a date. I gotta go, bye. They don't do that at Burning Man. By Burning Man rules, he had not stumbled into our date. He had stumbled into our camp. And now I was supposed to give him sex or drugs or exchange one for the other because we're on the barter system, and then he would go about his business. Hi, you guys are hi. I know, welcome to comedy. I know you guys walk in. You guys got the salted drinks. Okay, it's cool. I'm talking about my date. It's all right. You're a little late to the show, but it's good. It's good. I'm glad you're here. So anyway, we're sitting there chatting and watching my date get hijacked by Captain Sig, and then her other friend shows up. It's this hipster guy. He skates up on a skateboard, which, okay, if you're over 30 and you ride a skateboard, you better be fucking good. Like that can't be just how you get around. Like, you better be like Tony Hawk or some shit. And he's this hipster guy, and he skates up. He's like, he's got a Raleigh Fingers mustache, Sally Jesse Raphael glasses, and a Bill Cosby sweater. And I don't think he knew who the fuck any of those people were. And he skates. Worst thing is he's a white guy with dreadlocks, which means he kind of looked like the Predator with Down syndrome. So this hipster kid skates into my date, and then he starts chatting, and then he sits down again, so I'm like, oh, well, okay, now I have somebody to talk to. Awesome. And then he starts chatting like, oh yeah, Burning Man, life-changing experience of culture and expression. Fuck you. It's at this point I realize my date is over. I'm done. So I look at my watch and I go, I gotta go take care of my cat. I know. See, I realize as I say that, you've gotten out of a date that way before, haven't you? Like, you know that's why that's so fucked up, is because there are 4 things you do with a cat. Like, you feed it, you give it water, you clean its box, you dig a hole when it dies. And all of those things can wait. Yet I say this like I'm like Captain America getting called out to like go free the world, or a doctor that's been called away to cut a tumor out of an 8-year-old. I'm like, I've got to go take care of my cat. I'm gone. So it's like, fuck. I'm bitter. It's hard online dating. For those of you who don't know how online dating works, because you have dignity or self-respect. Huh? I know. What the fuck is up with Tinder? Okay, let me back up. Oh, you're saying I'm old now. I'm old-timey. In my day, we had words in our online dating profile, and we liked it. When we had broadband, we were talking about the Go-Go's. That's a band from the 80s. It was all... Okay, yeah. Fuck, I'm old. Dear God, and I'm only 40 for fuck's sakes. That's horrible. How old are you guys? You're old enough to drink, okay. Don't worry, I'm not gonna pick up on you. I can't sleep with anybody that's like post-Jedi. I tried. Fuck it, I'm winging it tonight. Like, this is how pervy, it's alright, I'm not pervy, it's okay. But I was pervy, like I was at, yeah, no, have a seat. It's okay. I'm talking at you. We're not really having a conversation. But like, I was at Target and there was like a really cute girl in like the little tan khaki girls, and she had like perfect breasts and like just perfect, like amazing breasts, and they're just like right there, and I'm in the like looking at them. She's young and I'm looking at her, and I'm like "Grr," like she was so pretty, it was like just hurt. I'm like making a groaning, and I'm like "Grr," and then there's no way she didn't hear it. Like, it's just like, I'm that guy. Like, I'm like the guy groaning at a nice rack of a 23-year-old girl at Target. Like, like I might as well go on and get a fucking flight to Thailand and go jerk off in a closet with David Carradine, because that's just fucking sad. That's my rate. Where was I? Okay, you interrupted me, but it's okay. It's okay. That's all right. This is a live. We're rolling. It's okay. We do this. No, but like in my day, we did Match.com, where you create a picture, like a profile, which is a series of lies and photoshopped pictures, and then you basically. I'm coming back to you. I got more stuff. And you put that on the internet, and other people look at your profile, and other people, and like if you like what you see, you can like write them a message. You can like, oh, hey, what's up? Or if you're not really big on the whole like words thing or writing shit down, you can wink at them. There's like a 1-button wink button. You're like, wink, and then you're a creepy grandfather winking at people across from cyberspace. Wink, which is just horrible. Or worse, like, okay, you guys can check me on this, is there are a lot of dudes that like have like their profile pictures like with their self in the mirror with their shirt off, like, look, I'm chiseled, which, does that impress you? Is that what you like? See, exactly. Yeah, okay. Here's my advice to the young men that are out there online dating. If you want to impress a woman, wear a suit. Seriously, women, yeah. Well, okay, have some. Okay, you're kind of a tramp, but it's okay. So don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. I got me a Roth IRA. I will talk money later. That's awesome. You should go get your own money though, because most of the men your age are kind of fucking useless, and they're not going to provide. You get a job, get a Roth IRA. Most men your age, useless. Sorry, but like they do the profile shot like with them in the mirror, and because just my view is like women want a man in a suit. Like, they want a man in a suit. They love a man in uniform even better. Because they want a man that is together, that is polished, so they can destroy him. Because it's no fun destroying something that's fucked up already. That's why you're never going to see a monster movie where Godzilla takes out Stockton. Like, oh shit, he took out the grocery outlet. Whatever. Hopefully Little Caesars is okay. I saw my ex-wife's profile on Match.com once. That was a shitty Tuesday. I ain't gonna lie. It's all right. I didn't freak out. I didn't do anything weird. I changed my relationship status from single to widowed. And then I winked at her. It was awesome. Oh, so you guys are doing the Tinder thing? That's cool. Nice. No, okay. I gotta ask, you guys are, okay, because you guys, how old are you guys? 20? Okay, all right, welcome. Awesome. You down that fucking drink. You are totally 21. Like, what I don't understand is like the dick pic thing. How many dick pics? Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck is up with people sending dick pics? I have a sister, she's like 26. Her phone is like the Pinterest of cock. I know, it's like, it's horrible. Like, if that's an activity that you would do, like, normally, like, if you did that, something about the internet makes that okay. Like, you can do that. Like, if you did that at the mall, like, if you printed out a picture of your dick and walked around the girls in the mall and just said, hey, here, have a picture of my dick, you would be arrested. And rightly so. It's fucking horrible. Like, why would you do that? I don't even understand. Like, if you did that, like, in my middle school, if you did, like, a dick pic, they would put you in the special class with the kid from, like, that like, flipped out the one day and, like, shit on his hands and then smeared and wrote shit all over the walls in the bathroom. They would put you in that special class. Which, on a side note, whatever happened to that? Because everybody had that kid in the school. What happened to him? Like, do you recover from that? Because you go on and live a normal life after that, like you maybe like, you know, somebody takes you aside and say, hey, don't smear shit all over things. And then you go on and you don't do that. And then you go to college and you get an economics degree. But everybody still kind of knows who you are and they call you Poops McCluskey, but that's okay. And, you know, you go on and you work on a bake and every day it's like a struggle. You go down, you take a shit and you look at your turd, you're like, not today. And that's your struggle. That's my pitch. I'm going to end it on my pitch for my A&E movie, Not Today, the Poops McCluskey story. So thank you guys very much for coming out and supporting live local comedy at Brasa. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm going to pander. I'm totally going to pander. I'm going to pander. Thank you guys for coming out. And give it back to Nate, you're hosting. Give it back to Nate Pena. There you go, guys.
Give it up for Mike Olson one more time. Open up the fucking show. I love that joke about the Little Caesars being destroyed. My only question to you, Mike, is what's a Pinterest?
Pinterest?
Yeah, you said your sister has a Pinterest of cocks. I got the concept through the phone, but what is a Pinterest?
They ask a girl.
It's a website.
It's a website. Okay. A vague answer that I'll just have to accept. Oh, it's a total. It's like how you find out who you are in like Sex in the City type of a situation. I'm glad that I didn't know what that is. Honestly, like that's something you can be proud of. If like someone asks you like what incest is, and you're like, "What's incest?" Like you should be proud that you've lived a life where that's not a reality or even a thing that you know about. It's good not to know things. I like that we have a nice little cozy room here. I had a question for the girls here, but I feel like it's unfair that they have now left you for me to like specifically talk to just you. But my question would have been to all three of you. Did you not invite your ugly friend tonight? Where's the ugly girl? Like, I've never seen a table of 3 hot girls without the anchor. Like, without the anchor, who's going to protect you from all the men here? Like, you're going to need a blocker to get out that door. You want someone with a sturdy back. Like, that's just how football works. That's just how it goes. I am an odd person. What do I want to talk about? Go, Brasa. Once I accidentally smoked PCP and then learned how to speak Spanish. after 5 years in a Mexican prison. Because I'm what they call a slow learner. I actually keep in contact with my cellie. He writes me poems to time. I'd like to recite one of my poems that my cellie wrote me. It goes, love is like a bar of soap. You have to hold on to it, but not too tightly, because then love will slip away. Just remember, don't try to pick love back up, because that's when love will fuck you in the ass. That's one of my only jokes where people know exactly where I'm going, and I'm like, I still like going there. It's a good little poem. Your friend's back. Maybe she can answer my question. Did you guys not invite your ugly friend?
The duff? No.
The duff? Oh, the duff is buff, and she is a linebacker. Sturdy as a table. The duff. I've only met one other person in my life that had a more appropriate name, and it was this girl, and she was in the back of Spanky's bar, and someone brought up to her like, oh, what are you doing in the back there? And she's like, I'm going to show you my giant monster tits. And I called them monster tits because I had nightmares about them. They were not a happy set of tits. But her friend was just like, what's your friend's name, the one who's showing you these monster tits? And she's like, her name is Ree. We're like, Ree? As in refresh. I'm like, oh my God. Her name is Refresh. I don't know if you guys are a fan of irony, but that's about as perfect as something perfect could be. That's like going to like Planned Parenthood and the person who checks you in is named Karma. That's how perfect that is. That's like a midget walking a dachshund. And here's the thing, both those things happened to me on the same fucking day. I was walking to Planned Parenthood and I saw a midget walking a dachshund, and I'm like, I will take that as a sign that everything in my life will turn out fine. Like, you have to visualize it. It is amazing. Then I walk into Planned Parenthood and get checked in by a woman named Karma. Did your parents know when you were a child in your mother's stomach that you were going to work in Planned Parenthood and have the most perfect fucking name ever? People kind of turn back at Planned Parenthood. I understand some people have bad memories. I only have good memories of Planned Parenthood. It's a good place. I'm glad they exist, because my whole plan is not to be a parent. And they help with that. Definitely, they help with that. All right, I've done enough time before bringing up the next person. I was hoping to have everyone come back, and they did. I did my job. Yeah! All right, well, I'm going to bring up our next comic here. I want the audience, you guys, to give her a nice round of applause, because the energy you give her is the energy we give back. And it's a cozy little evening here at Brasa. Yes. Yes, you. So give it up for the next comic, a very lovely friend of mine. This is... You've only been doing comedy, what, a couple months now? So she's as green as fresh cut grass. So I want you guys to really support her, give her a loud applause for Jamie Rose Wilder.
What's up? How's it going? I like your skirt. It's long on one side and then short on the other, right? So like one of your legs is warm and the other is fucking freezing. What do you even call that? Like, what's it called? It's gotta have a name. It's not the high-low trend, because that's short in the front, long in the back. What's one down? Oh, I don't know either. Fuck. How's it going? So anyways, I'm new to comedy, and people tell me that being beautiful is like a detriment to comedy. Yeah, I think that sucks too. So that's the thing though about being a beautiful woman, is people are like, oh well, I'll just pretend to listen to you and nod my head and smile, and that'll be maybe good enough, but I know when you're not actually listening. So there's that. So anyways, I might be funny. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided yet, but I did work at a coffee shop for a couple of years. Let's just say I wore a green apron. And the thing about working for millennials is that y'all have a really fucking short attention span. Like, no offense, but social media makes this so much worse. You take a selfie in line, and then by the time you get to the end of the counter, you've already gotten 11 likes on that selfie. And so you think that so much time has gone by, but it really hasn't. So I'm like making your drinks and I'm having a panic attack. making drinks. All of a sudden you've got 20 likes and you're like, I've got like 20 likes. Like, is my drink ready yet? Not that much time has passed. Not that much time. Come on. Like, people put so much pressure on you. They don't care that you're new. They don't care that you're having a panic attack. So they just walk up to the counter and they're like, can I have a goblet of Jamocha almond latte with the blood of a virgin and the tears of a Sphinx Jujitsu Kingpin decaf? Your fucking heart is pounding out of your chest. You know you're a Starbucks barista when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're having a nightmare that you're making drinks. Just going. Drinks. Let's go. And it's not cute. It's not fun. It's not like that little scene in Pitch Perfect where she's like doing the cups. She's like, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. It's not like that. It's fucking terrifying. So I did that for 3 years. That was kind of fun. But you know, working a minimum wage job is hard, but you know, they gave me good mommy hours because I also became a mom when I worked for Starbucks. So that was kind of cool. I always wanted to be a mom. I love my kiddo, but like, you guys don't realize that when you have like a little toddler walking around, that like they take everything that you do and they take it into their little blank brains as like normal human behavior. And what we don't realize is that the holiday traditions in this country like raise our kids to believe that adults are mentally unstable. Case number one, you're a little baby and you just watch your mom every day, and eggs mean one thing all year long. Eggs mean breakfast. The contents of an egg are straightforward. It's slime. But one fucking day a year, your mom comes up to you and goes, I hid eggs all over the backyard. And your baby's like, okay, taking this in. No, go find them. Go find them. Yeah, take them off the dirty real grass and put them on the clean purchased grass in your basket. Okay, now that you've got your clutch of bunny eggs, go ahead, crack them open in your Sunday best. Go ahead. And one fucking day a year, the contents of an egg is fucking candy and chocolate. Your baby's like, so this whole time there's been two kinds of eggs. Chicken eggs full of flavorless yellow goo and bunny eggs full of chocolate. You knew about this, didn't you? Every day for breakfast you've been making me eat chicken eggs when I could have had bunny eggs. After my first Easter, I understood that my bunny would only lay me eggs on one day a year, on Easter, and the rest of the year he just left me like loose M&Ms. So it was special on that one day. Case number 2, Halloween. All fucking year long, you watch your parents do the occasional deep cleaning, whereas dad stands up on a chair with an upturned broom to get down the cobwebs. And one fucking day a year, your mom comes home with a bag from the store. I bought cobwebs! Dad gets up on a chair, and they work diligently to recreate the work of a spider. They might even get in a fight over it. Fucking no, honey, you're not doing it right. No, do it like a spider would do it. Do it, no, stretch it farther. And the whole time your baby's just watching like, what the fuck is going on? And the strange behavior doesn't stop there. Now there's a bowl of candy that you cannot eat. That candy is for kids that your parents don't even know. You're told that you can eat the neighbor's candy. And because one fucking day a year, your parents stop being rational, sane adults that come into your room and tuck you at night and say, honey, we're here for you. Nothing spooky is gonna hurt you. There's no monsters, they don't exist. No, that night they go, come on. Oh no, it's not bedtime. It's time to go out in the dark. It's time to go outside and see all the monsters and creepy vampires and demons that are walking around our neighborhood for no fucking reason. And it's time for you to approach strangers' houses alone and eat whatever they give you without question. And not only that, but they seem bent on amusing themselves with how freaked out you can get. They just walk around with you, little baby. Oh, honey, look, it's a zombie. Oh, do you see the blood on his fangs? Oh, look at that over there. It's a skeleton. Oh, hey, go push that button, see what happens. Oh, yeah, did that scare you? Isn't this fucking fun? Yeah, so the traditions in this country just basically teach our kids that adults are mentally unstable and can't be trusted. That's why we have such a hard time with teenagers. It's because their little brains are so blank. We just instill a deep, deep sense of mistrust with our irrational behavior. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I'm Jamie. Thanks, my friend.
Give it up for Jamie Rose Wilder. I feel bad, but honestly, something just happened to me that's never happened to me before in my life. I just had 2 good conversations in the men's restroom. Every single time a man has talked to me in the bathroom before this event has been awful. So the fact that I had a good conversation with my comic friend in the bathroom and then had another good conversation with someone right after that is fucking ridiculous. So I feel bad that I was in the bathroom, but literally a shooting star was going by while like a unicorn jumped over it. I couldn't pass on the opportunity to have a human contact and situation with another man in a bathroom. I digress. Living in Northern California has taught me one thing, and that one thing is tweakers can't lie through their teeth. It's physically impossible. Sometimes people draw back when I talk about tweakers. They get upset, which is confusing to me, because tweakers are good, because tweakers are proof that beauty sleep is real. That one fell a little flat. That one's just a fact. That one's just like how when tweakers don't have teeth, it kind of looks like someone's trying to push a vagina through a keyhole. Little rough. I will admit that's a little rough. I'll digress one more time. Where did your friends go? You do not know. There's a lot of drinks in front of you. You're in a good situation if you never see them again. The Duff. It looks like they're freezing. Is it too cold in here for you ladies? You're standing by the heat now? Oh, okay. We're figuring out the situation. It's the first time here. We have some new audience members. How's it doing, new audience members? You guys were just walking by and saw the comedy show, or? Oh, you know Thurman. Oh, awesome. Cool. Cool. Rob's a good friend of mine. Thurman's a friend of mine now. I just met him I met you today, Thurman. Or the other day we met actually at Spanky's. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you guys a couple jokes, and then we're going to move on to the next comic. We're going to keep this little show going. And there's the lady. What was your friend's name again, ladies? Your friend that you didn't invite? Duff. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make a mental note about Duff in that situation because it made me happy. You guys got to miss out on that situation, but I digress. They say if you masturbate too much, that you will go blind. And this is why I never shake a blind man's hand. Because I'm not going to fall for that one twice. They say a sneeze is like a little orgasm. But that's not true at all. Because I've never sneezed into my girlfriend's mouth. And expected her to swallow. I admit that joke's in poor taste, but it is full of flavor. I usually don't tell that joke when people are eating. I made sure they weren't taking bites. Partly. Chocolate strawberries? Oh, you notice that no one else here got chocolate strawberries. Did you order those, or are those just given to you for being lovely? Oh, you ordered them. They should have those strawberries for free. That's my opinion. It's only opinion. That's all I can give you, unfortunately. I tell jokes to people. And when you tell jokes to like 10 people for pretty much no money at all, I can't afford to do things that other people can afford to do. Like some people will take trips to India, but I'll never be able to afford that. So I just take acid and watch The Jungle Book. Some people go trips to Mexico, but I, being a lonely comic, will never be able to afford that. So I eat Taco Bell, take mushrooms, and have diarrhea. It's pretty much the same experience. And still, yet other people will go whale watching, but I can't afford that. So I just get high and walk to Walmart. Oh. The last one's where I found the line. The line is good. The line means you're all listening. When I was little, I was afraid of the dark. And as an adult, I'm ashamed to say I'm still afraid of the dark. And that's why I stay the fuck out of Oakland. Oh, they changed their tune at that punchline. Once I was leaving a bar, as I often do, late night, and I was drunk, and I got caught peeing on a playground by a cop. And the cop saw, "Good job, idiot. You just became a sex offender." And I thought to myself, fuck. Again? I admit that joke's also fucked up. But know what fucked up is? That peeing in public is illegal. Because know what's not illegal? Just pissing your pants. All you have to do is commit. It's called a loophole. Did you guys know, Brasa? Did you guys know that all drinks are top shelf when you're a midget? Fascinated by midgets. Some people don't like me using that word. It's a totally acceptable word. It's not like I called them munchkins or lollipop crew. That's offensive. Midgets are very descriptive. And being a midget would be awesome. Because if you were a midget and you ever cheated on your girlfriend, you could ironically tell her that you were just a little unfaithful. Got some dry. I got her to crack a little on that one. I'll take credit. I'll like that. She's like, that was pretty good pun midget material. If I can recycle that last joke, I'll do it in this joke. And if you're a midget and you were gay, I think it'd be really easy to come out to your parents. Because who's going to get mad at their kid for being a little queer? 2015, I think we can all handle that. I usually don't stack those jokes right next to each other because it's the same fucking joke, but whatever. Fuck it. And best part of all about being a midget, ladies, this is a good one. Best part of all about being a midget is when you're a midget, you're the only type of person in this world who can ride your first bike forever. I like visual jokes if you guys haven't realized that yet. Guys, ever hear of a sheepskin condom? Sheepskin condom. They say it feels just like the real thing. I don't even want to know how someone figured that out. Or what they meant by the real thing. More fucked up is, it's a scientific fact that manatees have the closest vaginas to humans. The only thing more fucked up than that manatees have the closest vagina to humans, is that someone had to figure that out. Someone got a grant, and they're all, what are you getting your grant for? Well, I'm trying to figure out which animals' vaginas are closest to humans. What PhD do you have? You don't want to know. Like, that's a fucked up situation. And the only thing more fucked up than that is whatever scientists are trying to figure out what animals' vaginas are better than humans. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you give the Irish a space program. They don't send a sheep into space. It's weird because it doesn't exactly make sense, but it kind of makes sense. When I was growing up, all my heroes hung out in sewers. No, true. All my heroes hung out in sewers. There was the Mario Brothers, there's the Ninja Turtles, and then there was that Vietnam vet that used to sell us fireworks. He was my favorite. I've never been able to really get across in that joke that he fought for the Vietnam side. That maybe the fireworks gets into it. I need to work on the end a little bit, but I still enjoy the joke. Where am I on my time? Oh, I got a couple more minutes to tell you guys jokes. So my friend said fall is her favorite season because you have those dramatic shadows, it gets dark early, and you're really aware of the weather. My favorite season is summer because ladies will wear those shorts that show their pockets, which is two things: awesome and distracting. And a third thing, totally unfair. That's totally unfair to wear where you can see the pockets going down. There's no male equivalent to that that's legal by any fucking means. And when I saw these girls wearing the pockets hanging down, me and my buddy came to the conclusion that whatever you think a girl's age is how many seconds you can look at her before it gets creepy. Which is cool, because 14 seconds is a pretty long time. Oh, and that's where we go, the punchline. Here's the thing. That girl is what I call a green banana. Do you know what I mean by green banana? You can tell she's gonna be attractive later. Like, I don't wanna fuck her now, don't get me wrong. I wanna fuck her later, exactly. No one orders 12 rotten bananas. No one does that. You get green bananas because you understand what an investment is. That's what all the good bakers do. Where do I go from there? I got some good little ending ones. Oh, this is one I haven't done for a little while. Just a little sad note. A couple years back, my grandma died. 6 months later, she died of a stroke. Not just died, but like, bam, stroke, dead. 6 months later, my grandpa had a stroke, and he lived. And he completely forgot he was ever married. So the stroke pretty much worked out for him. So it's true what they say. Different strokes for different folks. For a pun about death, that's pretty good material. I'll stand by different strokes. Oh, you ladies are fun. When you were little, did you watch Disney movies?
I still do.
Have you watched? You still do?
Yeah.
I have nieces and nephews. I will watch Disney movies with them. Here's my thing to the audience today. I wouldn't recommend watching Disney movies as an adult. I pick up on shit I totally missed as a child. Like Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorite stories, right? Stories about a girl named Belle. You can all relate. The most beautiful girl in town, right? Belle's gorgeous. But she's peculiar. She's different. Why is Belle different? Because she knows how to read. That's probably not something you should be telling the little girls of America. Wow, this really pretty girl's odd. Why is she odd? She likes books. Like, that's a wrong message. And then there's the songs, and I love the songs, right? I memorize them word for word. Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. I fucked up on something I memorized, but no, that's exactly how it goes. Here's the thing. She wasn't a guest. She was captive. She was probably having mental issues. She wasn't actually talking to magical candelabras and teapots. She was probably going to her happy place when the beast was fucking her. And we're going to pretend in this world that sex doesn't exist, but he was a beast in all manners. He was huge, he was hairy, he was rude. He had hostages. Like, clearly, he's not a good guy. And here's the thing about Beauty and the Beast. Out of all those fucked up things, the most fucked up thing was at the end. Because they taught women that you'd be able to change a man. And that's the biggest lie of them all. You can't teach little girls, you can turn a horrible beast into a beautiful prince. All it takes is your love. And then I'll end on Pinocchio, because that one was like, it's little there, you know, working it out. It's an open mic. You do know you're next, right? You're after me, Joey?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. No worries at all. Then, my favorite movie was Pinocchio. Pinocchio's super sweet, right? It's about a woodworker. He loves children. He wishes for a real boy. These are all good things, right? Except his name is Geppetto. I'll say it one more time, a little slower. Geppetto. It has the word pedo in the name, Disney. Geppetto? Okay. I was like, don't let him babysit your kids. Because here's the point. Geppetto could have wished for anything in the world when he saw that shooting star, people. He could have wished for youth. He could have wished for a wife. But Geppetto saw that shooting star and said, "Shooting star! You know that doll in the back that I've been fucking? I want that to be a real boy. I'm tired of pulling splinters out of my penis." I always love how either people are like, yes, or they're like, well, that was a bit rough. How do you think fucking a wooden doll feels? Oh, it's about as rough can be. Well, that was my set. Give it up for me. That's a really weird thing to do. Normally you don't say that. Next comic coming up here, a recent friend of mine, met in a very odd way, found out he does comedy. Part of his rent agreement with the person he's living with is that he has to go out and do stand-up. So if you guys crush his spirit, he will not have a place to live. So I want you to be nice and give a loud, warm applause for my new friend, Joey. A little louder, come on people. Give him the confidence that he'll need to give you the energy back for this tonight. Good sir.
Thank you for that. Just to drive the stakes up to homelessness on the applause factor. That's great. Doesn't make me nervous at all. So you guys like my look I'm going with tonight? I'm trying out the classy lesbian. I think it's working out quite nicely. I've got the t-shirt that says I'm still hip and the jacket that says I mean business. You know what I mean? I might get into an argument with you about feminism if you're not careful. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's funny that you were talking about the manatee vagina because I have a joke for that. Myths and stories really fascinate me, and why the myth and the stories came up in the first place. Where did that myth begin? Was Pinocchio really about a guy? Obviously there was no real boy there, but The Little Mermaid, right? Mermaids. How did that first start? Right? Some sailor saw a beautiful woman sitting on a rock and she sang a song to him. And then something good or something bad happened, depending on the story. It was either murder or sex. But I think what really happened that day on the boat where the first mermaid was discovered was they pulled a manatee up on the boat, and none of the sailors, they were probably from Spain or something, had ever seen one. They had never seen a manatee before. And one of the sailors who was especially drunk that day, he hadn't seen a woman in about 6 months. He had a little bit of the scurvy, a little bit too much of that salt pork, and he saw that manatee, and he just in his crazy, fucked up rum mind was just oh, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, let me at her. And the other sailors, being bored as shit after being at sea for 3 months, they just let him go at it. And that's how mermaids were born. So I'm fascinated. Yeah, that's right. Well, think about come on, back to the Disney thing. Think about the first night that the Little Mermaid went back with the prince. Okay, she was half fish before, and you know that half fish you reproduce, right? The female fish comes over here and she lays some eggs. She probably goes and does her taxes, or whatever fish do. And a male fish will come along. She doesn't even have to know who he is. Just come along and fertilized. Bam, there you go. Comes back later, she's sweet. No pregnancy, none of that weird shit. So the first night when the prince is in his bathrobe and he's got his, Sherlock Holmes pipe, and he's like, darling, are you ready for me to make love to you? And she goes, yeah, hold on. Just goes to the corner. Oh, and he's like, what are you doing? And she tells him about the egg thing, and he's like, no, let me tell you what actually humans do. And can you imagine the look on her face when she told him? That must have been the most violent sounding thing that she's ever heard. So, people give a lot of animals credit, especially PETA and animal fetishists give animals way, way too much credit for being, the awesomest thing on earth. Dolphins are the best thing that has ever happened to humanity. We could learn from them. We can learn from the animals. Okay? But let's think about how your cat has sex. How your cat has sex. Have you guys ever seen how cats do it? You've never seen it? Okay, I'm going to give it to you like this. If I was a cat and I was trying to have sex with a female cat, this is exactly how it would go. Assuming I'm not fixed, which, I'm not, so. Yeah, just for the ladies, right? Still good. So I would go to your house. And I'd just be like, Cheryl! Hey, we gonna, you can't get out tonight. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And then the next night you come back again until maybe a week later you finally hit that space in the calendar. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, she's coming out. Okay, fuck, okay. And then I would hide in the fucking bushes and she would come out and she'd be like, Joey? Joey. And then I would tackle her from the shadows, and I would hold her down and have sex with her, and she would be screaming at me, and not like the kind of screaming where she's like, yeah, fuck me, no, but the kind of fucked up shit, like, yeah, you motherfucker, do it, oh, I fucking hate you, you piece of shit, like that really weird, like, you know when you're having sex with a girl and you're like, there's some issues going on here? That kind of shit. Bite my neck, you know, that kind of shit. So don't give animals too much credit. That's all I'm saying. You know, and everybody says that bestiality is so wrong. You like where I'm going with that? I just gotta say, look, about bestiality, like a farmer who fucks his sheep, that's just fucking cheating. Are you kidding me? Like, it's 30 feet away. It's not even gonna defend itself. You know what I mean? But check it out. If you go to the jungle and you find a hippopotamus, which is one of the most dangerous creatures in the world, by the way, chief weapon, explosive diarrhea. If you find one of these terrible, fucked up creatures and you manage to copulate with it and live to tell me the tale, that's an extreme sport. Props, buddy. If you want to fuck a giraffe, get some rope and tackle, man. You want to fuck a koala bear? They have 2 vaginas. Bring a friend. I don't know how I know that. But I wasn't aware that I was going to be doing comedy tonight, as you can probably tell. So I'm just kind of throwing out some shit that I remember. And one of the things that I think most men in this room can relate to is the inappropriate boner. When you were in like 8th grade, 7th grade, if you're me, maybe sometimes still, you just pop a boner at the most random time, and it had nothing to do with what was going on around you, what kind of stimulus you were involved in. It had nothing to do with any of that. It'd be like you're sitting in math class, geometry, boner, and then the teacher wants you to come up to the board, and you're like, I am in the special class now. I don't know any of what you are doing, and I need to go now to the bathroom. Or like, even worse is like, I was a pitcher. I played baseball, and I was a pitcher, right? Do you know what the wind-up looks like? If you have a boner, I mean, I'll let you fill this in, but basically, it's kind of like, and then you know I'm doing this the wrong way? Like this. Okay, and then you throw the ball. So you've got some exposed area going on here. You know, everyone in the fucking stadium is looking straight at you. By far, the worst inappropriate boner I've ever had, and I pray that none of you have ever gone through this, was during football practice. And I'm sitting on the bench. You know, I didn't get doggy piled or anything. I'm sitting on the bench, and I pop a boner. And as if God himself came down to speak to my coach and say, now is the time to put that loser in, because his social standing is too good already. The coach puts me in, and I'm the safety, okay? So there's a guy running toward me with the football, breaks through the line. I have a boner. I know I need to tackle this guy. I know exactly what's going to happen when I do. But being that I'm a good team member, I did it anyway. I got up. The guy's just like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, it's not you. Trust me, it's like, don't get a big head about it. Like, oh, that's a bad pun. But it's not you. All right. Not enough guys in the audience. You remember getting an inappropriate boner, right? Yeah? Come on, don't lie. Do you remember one in specific?
All the time.
You remember one in specific? What was it? Where were you?
Now.
Oh! Boom! Jeez, man. This is a really loud mic. I'm gonna tell one more disgusting joke, and then, do I have time? All right, let's see what I can remember. A couple of years ago, I was involved in sexual relations with a woman. I know some of you are surprised. And I was about to go down on her. You know, I was doing this whole, like, this thing that I thought was cool. It's like this belly creep kind of thing. Like, hey, going down there, it's getting seductive, yeah. And apparently she didn't know, like, what I was going for, because the moment that my head got down there, her legs clamped shut around my head. Just bam. And she goes, don't. And I just went, what? What are you talking about? Don't. Who in the fucking world would stop someone from doing that to them? I mean, people have paid for this. Since the dawn of time, people pay for this kind of thing. And you're saying don't? I mean, I'm willing to do it for free, you know? And she says, and I say, why? And she says, Because my pussy is smelly. Do you really think this is my first rodeo? You don't think I've ever gone down on a girl ever? I will tell you if it's bad enough that it's gonna fuck with my head. But I will tell you this, and for you guys, this is a warning. She didn't want me to go down on her because her pussy was smelly, and I said, you know, if it's too bad, I'll let you know. This is a warning for you guys, okay? As a guy, I can guarantee you that no man, fuck it, they're going all the way back to the monkey ages, man. No man/male chimp has ever rejected a blowjob on the grounds that his dick is stinky. Not once. Have you ever heard a guy be like, you know, girl, I'm sorry, I just have to shower first. My junk's a little bit out of order. You know, you could just come back from a 2-hour run, and if you think there's even a possibility that that's going to happen, you're totally down. It doesn't matter how bad it is down there. Guys don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. Ever. Right. My little brother actually is gay, though. You know, I think that the genes run in the family for the effeminate thing. And one day I was talking to him, and I said, hey, you know, now that, like, gay rights has become a real big thing, and it's, you know, not appropriate anymore to, like, just throw around words like, you know, oh, that's gay. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, fuck you, faggot. You know, like stuff like that. I said, how do you feel about me using the word fag or faggot around you? And his response was, well, I wouldn't be angry, but, like, I'd be disappointed. I would be very disappointed in you. And I was like, dude, that is the kind of shit that you need to fucking not take. That's the gayest thing that you could pretty much say in that question. That's why people say shit like that. Dude, I'm your brother. Punch me in the face if you don't like me saying the word fag. That's what it's for. That's what it's here for, man. I'm pretty sure if you went around punching everyone in the face the moment that they said that word, people would stop saying it real quickly. But I mean, honestly, if disappointed is not good enough for anything. You know, like if Mao Zedong had been disappointed in the way China was going, it was like, you guys, I'm just really disappointed. I think we need a new system, you guys. Or like if the U.S. had been disappointed, you know, in Hitler. You know, and like, you guys, Hitler is just not stopping. Like, we gave him Belgium, and he just won't stop. He's like taking over everything. God. Anyway, that's my time, guys. Thank you for laughing. Have a great night.
Give it up for Joey one more time. Fucking high energy, Joey. I enjoyed that. I did. It's weird that you scared the girls away on the faggot joke and not the stinky pussy one, but you know, that's sometimes how it rolls. It's okay, they left food, which means I'm eating tonight, all right? That's always a good thing. I actually had it once in my life for real. We're at Mike's Burger. I don't know if you've ever been to Mike's Burger at the Crossroads. The burgers are ridiculous. And my friends were all eating food. We had half a burger left, and I'm like, don't throw that away. I'll give it to a homeless guy. I live on Cleveland. I see a lot of them. You know, it'll work itself out. A week later, my friend's like, yes, you gave that burger to a homeless guy? And I'm like, no, I ate it. Like, you know how bad your situation is when you have something, you're like, I was going to be a good person and give this to someone who needs it, like me. Like, fuck. Not my proudest moment. The girls, are they still here? A couple of them are. I'm going to do this next joke. It's a really good show. We're going to be doing this again. Probably, next Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Possibly. We'll say every Thursday for now and see how it rolls. I've been told by women that they'll judge a man by how nice his shoes look. If this is true, I'm going to put a picture of my dick on my shoes. Because if you're going to be judging me, I might as well put my best foot forward. People are like, this guy's talking about his dick now. That's how comedy generally works. I would never trust a man who got on stage and didn't mention that he has a dick. I'd be like, what are you talking about? You're clearly hiding something. And because of that joke, people have asked me if I, myself, could suck my own dick. And the answer is yes, though I've never done it. Because I'd have to cut it off first. Little giggles. Kind of get what it's a visual joke and not a pleasant one at that. Oh, man. I once had a girl that was, and I'm not joking, this is a true situation. It sounds fucked up, but she had a lazy eye. She had a lazy eye. And here's the thing. I'm not going to try to give criticisms to women. I'm just going to give a little advice. And my advice to women is, No eye contact during a blowjob is infinitely better than 50% eye contact. You get what I'm saying? It looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame was going down on me because her lazy eye, which is also referred to as a cock eye, as ironically as fuck as that might be, would go to the side as she would go down. So one eye would be looking at me while the other eye would watch the door. Just very disconcerting. You're like, do you know something I don't know? Is someone gonna come in here? Like, what's going on? You keep look, oh, I forgot. Oops. Not a great situation. She was kind of a big girl. And what I mean by big girl, she was a big girl. Not a bad thing, a big girl. She lost 100 pounds. That sounds fucking awesome, right? It's not awesome at all, because when you hook up with a big girl, you know exactly what you're getting into. It's totally fine. I've seen it before. There are no surprises. When you hook up with a girl who just recently lost 100 pounds, it looks like someone took a cute girl and left it in the microwave for too long. Like a way overpowered fucking microwave. My statement is, if you're big, that's totally fine. If you're gonna lose weight, do it in the healthy way, because no one wants to have sex with a skin blanket. That's a fact. I mean, I still had sex with her, but that's just, she just lost 100 pounds. She's super insecure. I'm not a monster. I'm not gonna have a woman get undressed and be like, well, I'm not cool anymore. Like, I bucked up. I thought about everyone who hurt me, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. This is what we're going to get done today. Oh, man. Weird shit happens. When I was little, you guys might have noticed my laugh, right? I have an unusual, a peculiar laugh, that is. That's because I never had a father growing up. Like, he existed, I just wasn't around him for the influence part. So my mom wanted to make sure I was a tough individual. She wanted to make sure that people would not bother me just because my dad wasn't around. So every day before I'd go out and play, my mom would sit me down and she'd tell me the same thing. She'd go, Nathaniel Bryant Perkins Pena, you're the only person in this world who could let someone's words hurt you. Never let someone's words hurt you. Just remember, sticks and stones may break your bones, but if you let someone's words hurt you, you're a faggot. And come home when the streetlights turn on. Now, people pull back on that joke, understandably so, but the word faggot doesn't have to mean a bad thing at all. It's all about context. When my best friend from San Diego calls me, shit you not, this is not a joke, he goes, hey, faggot. And I go, what up, fag? And what I mean by that word is that I love him. He's my best fucking friend. But I can't tell him that I love him, because that would be gay. How much further can we dig this hole, Nate? I have a shovel, it's my mouth, and I use it all the fucking time. When I was little, I was never allowed to have pets. I didn't have a dad around, wasn't allowed to have pets. My mom gave me a cat for 3 weeks and then took it away. Right after you get like bonded to it, you're like, oh, I have a friend in this world. And then she took it away. But I don't blame my mom, because she has that mental disorder where you hear about a disease and then you automatically think you have that disease. Do you guys know what it's called? That's right, a cunt. People don't like me using the word cunt. It also comes down to context. If my mom calls me a faggot when I'm a child, I can call her a cunt as an adult. That just seems fair to me. And here's the thing about the word cunt. Not only does it sound amazing as it rolls off the lips, but it's a magical word. Because it's the only word you can say. And there's usually a pretty good chance that one will show up. Right? It's exactly true. Like, I can't say the word werewolf and just expect a werewolf to show up. Though they're both controlled by the moon. And they both wake up with bloody sheets. I'm glad she laughed at that and I got to see a couple smiles. I admit it's a bit much, but that's why I tell it towards the end. That's why I tell it towards the end. You guys have been a really nice audience. I'm glad you ladies came back. You have your friend with you. You didn't invite your other friend. Next time you totally can. I won't bring it up, all right? Oh. Is your name really Duff? I was right then. He has a back like a table. He's a strong motherfucker. Like, that's my assessment of the situation was correct. It's been an awesome show. You guys have been really good. I want you guys to give it up to Thurgood for fucking Thurman. I say Thurgood, but that's because you're a good person, Thurman, for throwing this show. For the owners of Brasa for letting us do the show. Armand's right there. Give it up for Armand. Give it up for DJ Rob, our filming crew, for doing this show, for us having a brand new mic. And of course, you guys, because without you guys, I would just be standing here talking to myself, which I do too, but it is not as fun as having an audience. So give it up for you guys. Come back, bring a friend. If you didn't like the show, we're beginning comics. No one goes to a t-ball game and goes, "You suck, hit it out of the park. Why don't you run the right way? You don't get oranges in your Capri Sun because I don't love you." Like, no one does that. Except my father. But my point being, we are T-ballers in the world of comedy. No one's trying to hurt anyone's feelings. We're just trying to make you guys smile. Hopefully we did that for a couple of you tonight. Thank you and have a good night. You've been awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, because we had some fantastic comedians on. And so every Thursday, I want this to be like church. You say, Sunday I gotta be at church. Thursday night, Brasa. Come down here, and you gotta have the food. Believe me, come early and have some food. This is the most fantastic food I've had in a long time. Believe me. And you guys come on down, and every weekend, every Thursday, we're here having a good time. A lot of family people. And this comedy thing is going to be a universal thing. We're going to be family. It's not about this place, that place. It's all going to be about family, coming and enjoying ourselves. I was at Spanky's last night. When I met the guy right here, I was like, oh my God, you got to come on down. So we're going to make this happen right here in our city of Santa Rosa. So thank you guys very much. Thurman Jackson, Brookfield Productions. It's all good. Thank you very much.